right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give another warm round of applause for the Howard University Showtime Marching Band.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jalen Saunders.
And my name is Victoria Gray. And this year, we have the pleasure of serving as
your Mr. and Miss Howard University. Well, we want to welcome you to this year's Fall 2016 Open House. We have the pleasure of hosting you all, prospective students. Our hope is that when you leave here today, that you are convinced that you are at the best school, at the hilltop, the Mecca, Howard University.
And you all should give yourselves a round of applause for being here today. This is a great step to take as a prospective student coming to see the university that you want to attend. And we hope, as Jalen said, that you guys see something that captivates you today.
So before we begin, we just want to ask our royal court to stand.
Yes.
And if we can give them a warm welcome. They just got done with a long week of pageants and hard work, and I want to congratulate them.
And now we want to introduce our Vice President of Student Affairs here at Howard University, a gentleman by the name of Kenneth Holmes. This is a person who I would put on you guys' persons to know list as prospective students. He works closely with students in making sure that we have the things that we need to operate.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, we can do a little bit better than that. I know it's raining outside, but good morning, everybody. On behalf of our president, Dr. Wayne A.I. Frederick, I too want to welcome you to the Mecca, to Howard University. I also want to take this opportunity to acknowledge the enrollment management team, Ms. McCann, Ms. Byam, again, the Royal Court, and what about that Showtime band? Let's give them another round of applause. As you begin your search for where you're going to continue your education, I want you to spend some time today on campus looking around, absorbing the spirit of Howard University, and talking with all of those you come in contact with on campus. As you examine the university, and you examine both our past and our present, you will learn that we are a community of learners, social reformers, and change agents. Here, students have the opportunity to work and learn through classroom instruction, research, and other co-curricular opportunities from faculty and staff who consistently receive national and international awards for their research, their teaching, and their scholarship. One a point of note is Howard is also a leader in the STEM fields. The National Science Foundation has ranked Howard as the top producers of African American undergraduates who later go on to earn degrees in science and engineering at the doctoral level. I think that deserves a So as we approach 2017, which is our sesquicentennial, we celebrate 150 years of providing a first-class education for African Americans and other people from around to have the So if you're looking for a first-class education, here in the heart of the nation's capital, we have an academic future for you. Thank you, and enjoy your visit.
is Acacia Robinson. I'm a junior health management major, chemistry minor from Inglewood, California, and I am here with
Dr. Gina Brown, Dean for the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences. Welcome to Howard University.
So my first question to you is, how has the history of the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences shaped the experiences that we see today?
Well, the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences is a bridge of two colleges. We used to have the College of Nursing, and then we had the College of Allied Health Sciences. They're put together now because, as you know, in healthcare, everything is interdisciplinary. So what we're doing now is making sure that we cover our patients from head to toe. Thus, the interdisciplinary component of having the health sciences mixed with the allied health sciences in order to bridge in nursing to make sure that we have a global patient to cover our global atmosphere.
I am here with
Dr. Alan Johnson, professor in the Department of Nutritional Sciences and the College of Allied Health Sciences. I've been here at Howard 38 years.
So Dr. Johnson, I would love to know, how has the history of the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences shaped the experiences we see our students receive today?
Okay, an important part of our history is that the college, what was then the College of Allied Health Sciences, was created in 1974. And at that time, we were the first allied health program in the United States at an HBCU. So over the years, we've produced somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 students. So with that history, I think we're well equipped to prepare our students for careers in the allied health field.
So what can students expect as they pursue a degree in CNOS?
One is that you have a lot of choices, and I think that's really great because sometimes you come to a college thinking that you want to do one thing, but you have the ability now to change if you find that another profession is more suitable for you. The other is a lot of support from all of the faculty and from each other. So you really develop this whole business of a team, and that we're in it to help.
When students leave here and graduate from the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences, what do you see them going to do?
Well, for the most part, our students go directly into practice once they have passed their licensure examinations. One of the things that we're very proud of is that we have helped to integrate the field of allied health sciences. And that's because, for the most part, minorities are underrepresented in all of the allied health fields.
Because it is a basic degree, but it also will permit you to practice for a long time if you like, but to do other things. So they go into medical school, schools of public health, into the federal government, and then sometimes they do just things no one ever thought of.
So I would tell a student this: if they actually want to come to Howard University, instead of looking at the average degree programs of biology and chemistry, they really want to look to see what we have to offer at the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences. If they want to propel their career forward, if they really want to be in healthcare and make a difference, if they really want to affect the global community, the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences is where it's happening at. We are the #1 college of the 13 colleges at Howard University.
The School of Business was founded in 1970, and it had as its commitment to be reflective of the excellence here at Howard University. Howard has a great legacy, and so to have a business school, the faculty and administration is a commitment for excellence. Excellence is reflected in the fact that it is the first school of business here in Washington, D.C. to take there is a great learning environment. We have
Hello again. So, all right, so I just want to say that this is an informal event. So I need you guys to talk back to us. I need you guys to get comfortable. So when I say hello, I want to hear hello back, okay? So hello, guys. Okay. All right, so before we bring out the next speaker, there's something that we do here at Howard University called the HU call. So this is how it goes. When I say HU, you say you know. All right? Let's try it. HU.
No, that would never pass here at Howard on the Yard. When you say HU, the response is you know, and it's loud, it's vibrant. You're excited that you attend the Mecca. So we're going to try it one more time, and we need a very verbose, vibrant you know from you guys. So HU. You know. That's better, much better.
So go to the...
Okay, so we know, Jalen and I know that attending college, especially a school like Howard University, finances are very important. They play a major factor in where a lot of you guys will end up attending school. And so since you guys are here today at the Mecca, we wanted to give you guys a presentation about finances and funding your education.
So at this time, we would like to welcome Mr. Kenneth L. Howard, who is the operations manager from the Office of the State Superintendent of Education in the District of Columbia. Please welcome Mr. Howard.
Good morning. You know, the last time I ran into a group this quiet, I was walking through a cemetery. So let's try this again. Good morning. Good morning. This is a participatory session, and you will be expected to participate. College is about a number of things. One thing it's about is change. For example, what color is this scarf? Black. Time out. Look over my left shoulder. Does anyone see a used car? No. You know why you don't? Because I don't sell used cars. So let's try this again. What color is this scarf? Black. What color? Close your mouth. College is about change, but it's also about money. College ain't cheap, y'all. The cost of higher ed for 1 year for many of you will be the equivalent of buying and paying for in full 1 year a brand new car. College ain't cheap, y'all. The cost of 4 years will be the equivalent of buying and paying for in full 4 years a brand new house. College ain't cheap, y'all. So we have to take a page from the book of Malcolm X, who said by what? I cannot hear you. By any means necessary, we have to reduce or eliminate the cost of attending the college of our choice. For many of us, when we talk about the cost of higher ed, we will pull what out of our pocket or our purse? A wallet. And if we're lucky, we will pull out how much? And sometimes a multiple come out. Believe me, we would go in flame. So, my first question, how many of you have a money tree in the backyard? And if you do, I need to move in next door immediately. Since I know you don't, I want to give you a clue. Ladies, nobody knows? Okay, I heard it. What was it? There's a gentleman right over there that's the president of the Male Chauvinist Society. So I need you to rub it in his face. What's it stand for?
Equal Rights Amendment.
Absolutely, positively wrong. If you don't learn anything else today, I want you to learn what ERA means and how it can maximize your possibility of getting financial aid. Now, what is financial aid? Grants, loans, scholarships, employment. It's any kind of resource you receive that will reduce or eliminate your cost. So if you get a band scholarship, you're getting what? I can't hear you. If you get a waiver, you're getting what? If you get a scholarship because you're either Miss or Mr. Howard, you are getting what? Financial aid. Now, we've got several types of aid. One, merit-based aid, assistance based on demonstrable talent, academic, athletic, and so on. Our focus today is need-based aid, two types. Gift aid, we're taking the money and we're running. Self-help, we've got to do something. If we've got a job, we've got to what? And if we got a loan, we got to what? Uncle Sam may laugh and joke, he may drink and smoke, but he don't play when it comes time to collect student loans. He will find you at your mama's house. He will find you at your grandmama's house. And he will find you in Afghanistan. Just the other day, we got an email from the Department of Education, the U.S. Department of Education, that is our next door neighbor, that told about a student that received a loan and he died. Do you know what they told him? Time out. You're supposed to be my straight man. Straight man always knows his or her lines. Your line in this case is what? Okay, we're going to take it from the top. The student died owing a loan. Do you know what they did? Oh, wow. That's a tape. We're going to film that one. They dug him up, put him back to work until the loan was repaid in full. So, if you got a loan, keep in mind the government will not let you rest in peace. There it is, my peeps. Because when you graduate and you have a car note, an apartment note, and trust me, fellas, a girlfriend note, I'm not lying. Uncle Sam will step up and say, "Where's mine?" Generally speaking, you only want a loan as a last resort. Always be aware of your rights, responsibilities, and obligations. First and foremost, it is a loan, and it does have to be repaid. And technology should not fail. There we go. These are your major federal financial aid programs. Now, in order to get federal aid, you must first and foremost apply. You cannot get a dime from either the federal government or even Howard University unless you apply for assistance. So keep that in mind. So we've got Pell Grants, FSEOG, Teach Grants if you're thinking about teaching. Didn't we talk about Iraq and Afghanistan, young man? For individuals that aren't eligible for Pell and their parent may have served in either theater, they are potentially eligible for grants in this area. And work study. After the presentation, I'll have a table over at Blackburn Center, and you can pick up hard copy information about the various programs. All righty. Come on, Papa. Must be the leg under. Loans. You can get your sub or unsub loans, and there's also plus loans for parents. Keep in mind, it's not something that's going to be given and you don't have to repay. That is your right and responsibility for repayment. So be aware of what you have to do in terms of loans. Didn't work that time. All right, when can you apply? When? Now, there it is. Right now, for the first time ever, as opposed to January. But before you apply, there's one thing you have to do. FAFSA ID. Who needs a FAFSA ID? Parent and who else? Make sure it's something simple. If you forget your ID, it will cost you time. Time will cost you money, and you have none to waste. Make sure it's simple. Make sure you keep it someplace, like your phone. Make sure you protect yourself against yourself. Retain this information, it is important. All right, financial aid everywhere is given on what basis? Absolutely, positively wrong. First come, get some. Last come, get none. And you wanted what? All. Tomorrow's Sunday, don't lie, it's too close. You want it all. Never, ever apply on time. You want to apply when? Early. Early. Keep that in mind, because you don't want some of the money, you want all of the money. Huh? Oh, okay. Guess I hit that one too hard. FAFSA, it calculates something that's called the EFC. The expected family contribution is good for how long? 1 year, which means you have to reapply for financial aid how frequently? Every year. If I had $1 for every parent and student that absolutely blew that deadline process, I'd be driving a high-rent vehicle rather than a DC government van now. Okay, the EFC is based on the income of the parent, assets from the parent, a contribution from you. And as I noted, it's good for 1 year. That's only one part of the equation, the EFC. And sometime before Christmas, we'll see some other things. Special circumstances. You can't report that on the FAFSA. Only one entity deals with special circumstances, and that would be, in this case, your Howard University Financial Aid Office. You always want to have documentation so you can back it up, so that they have a basis to make an exception in the amount of aid that they will award to you. Also, they are the final appellate entity. You can't appeal to the Department of Ed. If they say no, unfortunately, the answer would be no. Cost of attendance. Typically speaking, the least expensive type of school tends to be public 2-year. The most expensive, unfortunately, in this case, tends to be a private 4-year. And these figures are relatively conservative, but it gives you an idea of what makes up the cost of attendance. Cost of attendance will vary from school to school. The school uses this as the other part of the equation. From the cost of attendance, they will subtract the EFC. The greater the cost of attendance, the greater the need. The lesser the cost of attendance, the lesser the need. Your EFC is constant for how long? And your need will vary in proportion to the cost of attendance. You may be eligible for this amount at one school, but a smaller amount at a less expensive school. This gives you an idea of the same student with the EFC being the same, and we see the cost vary. The main piece we have to look at is the cost of attendance. In this particular case, the EFC is equal to or greater than the cost of attendance, so the student does not have eligibility. In this particular case, typically we've got a greater cost of attendance, so the student's need is far greater. What does a financial aid officer do? Sometimes he's like the IRS. I'm here to help you. Sometimes he brings good news, sometimes bad news. But if there's one office, and I was once upon a time a financial aid officer, that you need to know up close and personal, it's the financial aid office. They need to know you on site. Here she comes again. Because what kind of wheels get the oil? Make sure they know you. Speaking from experience. All right, verification. Sometimes you'll be selected for verification, which means that you have to produce certain types of documents for the financial aid office. We are going to cheat and show you some of the pitfalls. Now, everyone's heard of lions and tigers and bears. Goodness, you seen that picture too? First thing, parents, when they ask for Social Security number initially, guess whose number they're asking for? The student. Do not put your number when they're asking for the student's number. Because when you make that mistake, it will cost you time, time will cost you money. All right. Whoops, how'd that happen? Come back here. This is a day. I'm trying. There we go, maybe. There we go. Social Security, INS, they check to make sure that your citizenship is valid. Selective service, they're checking the selective service status for what kinds of individuals? Males, how old? But aren't females equal? Don't you have to register for the draft? You're not that equal, huh? Okay. All right. Justice Department. They make sure that a student has not lost financial aid eligibility because of a substance abuse conviction. In dealing with drugs, the best thing to do is just say no. Because you can, trust me on this, lose your federal financial aid eligibility. And SLDS, they're looking for some of those dead people to see whether or not they need to be dug up. So are there any dead people in the room? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Come on, come to Papa. All right, make sure your information on the FAFSA is correct. Make sure that you don't meet deadline dates, but that you are, most importantly, early. If they ask you for A, don't give them B, give them A. Make sure you submit all required documents. And what's RIF stand for? No, it doesn't, but it could. It's not losing your job, it's reading is fundamental. Make sure you read. That's how you're going to be successful in financial aid, in getting through college. Make sure you comply with what's in the catalog. Make sure you handle whose business? There it is. There we go. And we talked about 3 letters, E-R-A. You don't get anything else. I want you to remember what it means. 1, when you apply for financial aid, you want to be what? No ifs, ands, or buts. Because what bird always gets the worm? There it is. And what do we have to do with all instructions? Read. Now I follow too, but we've got to read them before we can follow them. Because if we don't read them, it's not going to be accurate. If I had, as I spoke a minute ago, $1 for every student and parent that didn't read, do you know what I'd be driving today rather than a white DC government caravan? A Bentley? No, my brother, that's low rent. A silver shadow Rolls-Royce convertible. Thank you very much. Don't get it twisted. Because when you read, you ensure that your application is accurate. And that's what it's about. Being early, reading, and being accurate. Make sure that your mantra. Now, the federal government has a toll-free number, 1-800-433-3243. 1-800-433-3243. The only bad question is what question? The one you don't ask. They are there to assist you in answering your questions. We are located downtown. Our focus, however, while we deal with federal aid, is on DC residents, but we can assist you in applying for federal aid because we have ample computers there. So you can come and visit us anytime. Make sure you keep the number to the Department of Education. And I would be a poor presenter if I did not give you a chance to financially benefit right now. How many of you can see what's in my hand? They can't hear you. How much? Say it loud. How much? No, don't be playing me cheap, my sister. $100 bill. Wake him up. I know he wants to get a $100 bill. How many of you want $100? Do you want $100, my brother? Come a little closer. What's wrong? You scared? Make sure that what you learn today, not just from me, but from all the presenters, does not go up in fire, in flame, in smoke. And as a FYI, HU is where you need to be. My father is a Howard graduate, and proudly I can say I am as well. HU.
Hello, my name is Taylor Olivia Burrell, a senior here at Howard University, and here we have... Hi, I'm Dr. Kimberly Jones. I'm a professor in the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. I'm also chair of that department and associate dean for research and graduate education at College of Engineering. Wait. How has the history of the College of Engineering and Architecture shaped the culture and experience that we see here today? Our history is pretty deep. We've had many famous engineers and architects who graduated from Howard. I'm sure you heard about some of the architects and also engineers who graduated. I'm an alum, not that I'm a famous person, but I'm an alum from Howard. And a lot of our graduates of Howard are businesses based on to other countries, very global and scope. So our history here is pretty deep. Companies know us for the quality of our graduates, the technical skills, also the leaders in the field of some of our visions is to create leaders in our field. So we have a lot of engineers who are on leaders in our field. So we're very proud. In coming to this new community, as new students, look forward to earning a degree.
It's very promising, and we look forward to welcoming into the family. We see ourselves as a family, representing our teachers and students. So they get this into a family that has been established. They're new members, but they're
My freshman year, I had mentors, I had people that were looking out for me, looking over my resume before I went to career fair, things like that. And I just never really expected that to having a more competitive educational environment. So coming to Howard has really supported my efforts in becoming an engineer.
Our students come on the first 2 years, they have their, what I call
Right. really futuristic in every way, shape, or form is to the person that you put down the very best representation and then how to produce it to really put that included. This is what it is.
Engineering is right for you. I was for the best for you. So engineering is right for you because it's engineering is
Tony Ann Wilkins, and I'm a junior here at Howard University, and today I'm here with
Dr. Kevin Washington in the School of Education, Department of Human Development and Psychoeducational Studies. I teach in the Counseling Psychology program.
Right. Dr. Washington, how has the history of the School of Education helped to shape the experience you see here today?
When we look at the history of this School of Education, we see that the first African American to receive a PhD was Dr. Charles Thompson, one of the early doctoral recipients in this country. And what he was advancing was the idea of the brilliance or genius within black children at a time when they were deemed not to be so. And so there were many studies that suggested that that blacks were not intelligent. And so what we see is a philosophy in this particular program to begin to look at the strengths of a population that has been seen to be inferior.
What can new students expect when they start their journey here at the School of Education?
Well, the School of Education, compared to some of the other schools and colleges in the university, is smaller. So as such, we have a very close-knit and family environment. Students can expect to be exposed to a wide variety of disciplines within education. So not just teacher education, but the role that psychological studies such as counseling psychology, school psychology, and educational psychology shape educational practices and work with future leaders in educational administrative services.
People tend to really care about students. They tend to care about not just the academic side of students, but the whole student. And so if the student is having difficulty with regards to, let's say, some stressor related to family issues, there are people in the School of Education who can address that and assist the student so that the student can stay on track academically. So when a student comes here to the School of Education, he or she can expect that there's a family environment where people actually care about them. And if they discover that there are problems, rather than try to fail the student, there are going to be some strategies put in place to help that student succeed.
What have you seen students do with their degrees from the School of Education?
Wow. Many students do many different things. Like one of my mentors worked in the White House on the White House HBCU initiative. I have a friend who went into real estate. He's also an educator. I know a lot of black male educators within the School of Education.
It's about strength-based teaching. It is teaching to the strengths of a population, in this case, black students who have been deemed to be inferior, and seeing the strengths within them as opposed to seeing the deficits. I'm also noticing that individuals engage in research that looks at curricula that speaks to, again, the power of population. And so there's some scholars here that look at African-centered educational pedagogy, and then that is a way to find ways to strengthen a population from the inside, so that then when they move in the world, they move with power, they move with purpose, and they move with passion.
Do you have any more information that you want to share with us about the School of Education?
It's probably the best school on Howard's campus.
Hi guys, I'm Mackenzie Marshall and I'm inside of the School of Communications with Maisha Miller, who's actually one of my classmates, and we're just going to chat about our experience or her experience within the School of Communications. So how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. So as a freshman coming into the School of C, what was some goals that you had that you wanted to accomplish before we leave or before you leave?
Wow, so I had a lot of goals in mind. I was really inspired to come to the School of Communications by an alum who was also from my hometown. And so he talked to me about all the amazing opportunities that he had interning at Vibe Magazine and being in New York and being able to network with like some of the heavy hitters. And so once he told me that information, it inspired me to come to the School of Communications. And when I got here, I just had like a list of all the different places I wanted to intern. I wanted to study abroad and still intern. My goal was to have an internship every semester. So far, I've been able to do that. I've had 18 internships, so I've been pretty busy. And I think that coming to Howard University School of Communications was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
So getting right into it, how has the history of the School of Communications shaped what we see today?
Well, the School of Communications was founded in 1971, and also WHUR was founded around the same time. So we're basically the same then as we are now, graduating and educating African American students and students of color to be leaders in the communications industry, and that's what we've done, whether it be in the area of public relations or advertising, legal communications, production, whether it be radio, television production, sciences and disorders, media management, organizational communications. We're everywhere, we're national, we're global, we're making it happen, and we're making a huge difference in the communications industry.
So what happens after graduation? After students get their degree from the School of Communications, what have you seen students do with the degree afterwards?
That's probably one of the things for which I'm most proud. The students all leave, and a majority of our students get out there in the workforce, and we want them to transition from classroom to newsroom to boardroom to whatever room it is that they're trying to aspire to get to. And hopefully what we've done is enough to prepare the students to do that. So I get emails literally almost every week now from graduates who are thanking me and for the department and the school for nurturing them and preparing them for the workforce. I was in this industry for more than 20 years before I transitioned back onto the academia side. And I can tell you that it is not an easy business, and you have to be prepared. And that's what our mission really is here in the School of Communications, is to prepare students. And I think we do a really good job of that.
So what can students expect, new students, particularly transfer students or incoming freshmen, what can they expect when they walk in the doors of the School of Communications for the first time?
First of all, they can expect faculty, staff, administrators to be excited about them coming in. They can expect faculty to care about their dream. They can expect faculty to challenge them. They can expect faculty to help them reach their goal. They can expect faculty to care and faculty to listen. That is such a key. So many times students come into a school and they're really not sure what area of communication they want. But as they talk and the faculty listen, we know the direction we want to put them in.
I say it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of determination to reach your goals. And we want you to work hard. We make you work hard here so that you're prepared. No, it isn't easy, but you know what? Life isn't easy. But it's the prepared person who goes out there and gets that job. And so most of our graduates will attest that yes, they may have worked hard. Yes, they may have worked hard to meet all the deadlines. They've survived what some people call the Howard struggle. I survived the Howard struggle. You're surviving the Howard struggle. But the blessing is that you leave and you're prepared. And while it may be hard, it's such a sacrifice to go into this industry. But then when you break into the industry, the benefits outweigh the struggle so much. And it's such a small world. I still have friends that I was classmates with, and now they're friends of mine in the industry. And I can name numerous, and from Michelle Miller and Frederica Whitfield to Stan Barrett at ESPN to Keith Alexander, our Pulitzer Prize winner, and the list continues. And so we have a very good reputation and a very good legacy of what we do. And so if you work hard and go out there, we'll prepare you, and then the rest is up to you.
Well, thank you so much for taking out the time to talk to me, Professor Thomas.
You're welcome. Thank you.
No problem. Well, that's where you have it.
My name is Adane Green, and I'm a student in the College of Arts and Sciences, and here I have with me
Gwen Everett, the Associate Dean for the Division of Fine Arts and Director of the Gallery at Howard.
Okay, Dean Everett, tell me, how has the history of COAS shaped the experiences we see here today?
The history of COAS is an interesting one. As you know, Dean, it's the oldest and, in fact, the largest college here at Howard. So most of the students have to take classes through the college.
I would say that the programs over the years have changed to meet the needs of our current students. We still have the same idea that we started with, and that is to give a variety of offerings to students to make them the whole student. And so while the programs would be modern, to meet the needs of modern students. They're based on the same principles as they were years ago.
From day one, when they enter the Department of Biology, our students are engaged in research. For example, we had students this past summer to spend time in Ethiopia, Nigeria, doing research.
You find Howard graduates in almost every country of the world and doing a variety of things. They are in hospitals, they are in law firms, they are in the US government, they are in the governments of their own countries. They're everywhere. And I, in my own international travels, walking through and someone finds out that I'm from Howard University, I can hear them screaming from behind, "Howard University!" So I'm saying it has that international reputation, and our students are equally international in their reputation.
Last night I was at a conference. I'm very proud to say out of 40 students, Howard won first, second, and third prizes. That tells you a lot about this department. So if they were to come here, they would have that same exposure.
What can new students expect when they decide to start a degree in the College of Arts and Sciences?
Well, the first thing I would say is they will find a most outstanding faculty. That's important. And then behind the faculty come the programs that they will be participating in.
The thing that I'm most impressed about for the students who are in the Division of Fine Arts is that we prepare them to go on stage, we prepare them to be industry ready, and you may know of some of the graduates from the Division of Fine Arts, individuals like Taraji Henson, Debbie Allen, Alicia Rashad. So we prepare our students well. We are so excited when they go into the world, and we know that they will achieve their goals because of the preparation that they've received here at Howard.
So how are you guys enjoying yourselves so far? Good? Okay. The next person that we're bringing to the stage is a wonderful lady. She works in the Office of Admissions. She's the associate director, and she's just the person to know. She welcomes you into her office, never a closed door, always. One time, just a quick story, there was a student who had sent in their application in maybe October and didn't get a response back, and they met all of the credentials and the requirements. And I walked in the office, I was like, "Hey, Ms. McCants," the student had DM'd me on Instagram and asked if I can help. And I walked into her office and she was like, she looked at the credentials and she sent a acceptance letter right away. So she's a wonderful person, and we're about to welcome her to the stage. Okay, so we're gonna welcome Ms. Tammy McCants, the Associate Director of Admissions.
Good morning, and welcome to Howard University, the place that I think is the best university in the best city in the best country in the world. We're delighted to have you this morning, and so happy that so many of you braved the weather to come out and find out what this Howard experience is all about. You've had an opportunity to see excerpts from some of our school and colleges. When we leave this building, we're going to go to the Blackburn Student Center, where you'll have an opportunity to interact with representatives from not just our schools and colleges, but other campus services and organizations. At this time, I'd like to take you through the admission presentation, because we're hoping that everyone that's joined us today is going to submit an application. So Howard is made up of about 10,000 students total, 7,000 undergrad and about 3,000 graduate schools. We have representation from 48 states and over 71 countries. Our student-teacher ratio is about 8-to-1, so you'll really have an opportunity to get to know your instructors and your professors and form lifelong relationships with them. To date, we have awarded over 127,000 degrees and certificates. Yeah, that does deserve a round of applause. The university is comprised of 13 schools and colleges total. There are 6 for undergraduate students, being the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business, the School of Communications, the School of Education, the College of Engineering and Architecture, and the College of Nursing and Allied Health Sciences. Our last incoming class was very, very impressive. The average GPA was 3.46. The average ACT was a 25 composite, and the average SAT was an 1150, only considering the categories of critical reading and math. A complete freshman application includes the application, and please be mindful that we are Common App exclusive, meaning the only way you can apply to Howard University is through the Common App. There's a $45 application fee. Your high school transcript must be uploaded by your counselor. Your SAT or ACT scores must be submitted through either ACT or College Board. We require 2 letters of recommendation, one from a teacher and one from a counselor. Both of those documents are also uploaded through Common App, and an essay that you have to prepare. Please be mindful that we read those essays and look at those essays very, very carefully. So before you upload it, make sure there are no grammatical errors, and it's a very, very well-written, concise document. We also welcome transfer students to the university, and a complete transfer application consists of the application, the fee. We ask that all transfer applicants have a minimum of 15 credit hours. You must have taken and passed college-level English and college-level math with at least a C. And we must have official transcripts from each institution that you've attended. So if you've gone to more than one school before you apply to Howard, we need transcripts from each school. We also ask for a letter of recommendation from a college professor and a personal statement. The estimated cost of attendance for the university is $38,407. As you learned earlier during Mr. Howard's presentation, that college ain't cheap, y'all. So we are a private institution, and our costs are competitive with other private institutions. But to offset those costs, we have opportunities through scholarship. We have merit-based scholarships, which are dependent on your GPA and test scores, athletic scholarships, and scholarships offered through our ROTC program. To be considered for a scholarship, you must have a minimum GPA of a 3.3, that's on a 4.0 scale, SAT composite score of 1,200, using only the areas of critical reading and math, or an ACT of a 28. So if you meet those criteria, you do not have to submit a separate application. You'll be automatically considered for the scholarship if you meet the criteria. The entry-level packages can vary, but the total value can be up to $32,000. The largest award includes full tuition, all of your costs for your room and your board, your fees, and a $950 book voucher and a laptop. As I said, scholarships are awarded based on a 4.0 grading scale. We are a MEAC school. There are 19 varsity sports, and there are athletic scholarships offered through all of the sports that we offer. So if you are an athlete and you're interested in pursuing a scholarship or being on a team here, the complete listing of our athletic leadership is on our website, and I encourage you to visit the site and contact the appropriate staff. We have the Army and the Air Force here, and today they are also going to be with us in the Blackburn Student Center. So for those of you that are interested in our ROTC programs, please be sure to stop by their booth and get information on what they have to offer. Our early action deadline is November 1st. So if you feel confident about your test scores, your GPA is great, we certainly encourage you to apply early action. The regular decision deadline is February 15th. So if you've applied early action, you'll generally have a decision from us around mid-December. And if you've applied regular decision, you'll generally have a decision by mid-April. For those students that may be interested in joining us in the spring semester, the application deadline is November 1st. Once again, we are an exclusive Common App institution, so you must submit your application and supporting documents through Common App. Again, thank you all for coming today, and I look forward to talking with you all later in Blackburn Student Center.
All right, H, you know. Aww. We're gonna do it one more time. H, you know. Okay, you guys gotta remember that, it's important. So they asked us to speak on why Jalen and I decided to attend Howard University, and we just want to give you guys a little bit of why that is. For me, I knew that I wanted to go into corporate law, so being in the nation's capital with a ton of lawyers and Black professionals, professionals of all races, I knew that this was a good place to get that start. Also, something that I learned after I got here was all of the things that you can delve into just by being in this city. Resources such as all the Smithsonian museums, the Museum of National African American History and Culture Museum that just opened. It's a new museum that I want to visit in the next couple of days. So there are a lot of things that you can do in the area. Howard is not really a college town. I wouldn't describe it as that. I would describe it as a portion of a community that has its own culture that's very vibrant, that does kind of play into our culture at Howard. They piggyback off of each other, and it's really great to see. I feel like I've learned a lot about DC just being at Howard.
Definitely. I would say personally that why I came to Howard was what my tour, how it made me feel. The culture, the people that I saw. So many people say, hey, I don't want to go to HBCU because there's no diversity. Everyone is Black, everybody's the same, which is totally inaccurate. There are people from California, people from New York, people from Trinidad and Tobago, people from Africa. There are people from all over the world that just gives you so much exposure to so much more than what you've experienced back at home. And what that does, it gives you an obligation to learn and also an obligation to give. So it's just a phenomenal experience, and I would definitely recommend it to any African American peer that I have. You learn so much because of the people that are around you, and the love, the unity is amazing here at Howard University. So it's just a great place to foster your skills, your talents, and your beliefs. It opens your mind, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone that is trying to grow as an individual, not only a student. And another point, they say that most of what you learn is outside of the classroom, and that is entirely true at Howard University. You learn academics are phenomenal, your internship opportunities, the professors that you have, what you learn in the classroom is top-notch, but outside of the classroom, you learn how to speak, you learn how to present, you learn how to conduct an interview, and all of those experiences are phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
You want to do a state call?
Oh, okay, so, yeah, you do.
I just wanted to say before we get into, we're going to do a state call really quick, but I just wanted to add for you guys are young students, prospective students, and I wanted to let you guys know, if you're wondering, Howard is also fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to be here above everything else. You learn, you get the classroom experience, but it's also a lot of fun, and you get to make a lot of connections, the friends that I've gained, the things that I've learned, experiences that I have. So if you're wondering whether or not you're going to get a little bit of fun outside of the classroom, yes, this is a fun place to be. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Come on. Ms. McCants, are you coming? Okay. Ms. McCants, once again.
So at this part of our program, we'd like for you to hear directly from some of our students, one of our alum, and one of our staff members. I'm going to ask all of our panelists to please introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. My name is Precious Smith. I am the Director of Undergraduate Advising in the Center for Academic Excellence under the auspices of the Office of Undergraduate Studies. We're so glad to see you here today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chizi Okoye. I'm a sophomore chemical engineering major here at Howard, and I'm an international student from Nigeria.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole Sabai. I'm a junior human development major in the School of Education, psychology minor from San Jose, California. Any California people here? Yay! Hey, fam.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Janelle Merritt, and I am a 1990 graduate of the School of Business.
Hi, everybody. KJ Jackson. I'm a senior public relations major, sports administration minor from Chicago. So, hey, okay.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Simone Yap. I'm a sophomore pre-med biology political science minor from Westmoreland, Jamaica by way of Brooklyn, New York. Wait. West Indies. All right, Jamaica. Big up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shanice Sinclair. I'm a freshman management major from Kingston, Jamaica as well. And I am also, international.
Jamaica run the thing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Caston Awadzi, junior finance major, computer science minor from Chicago.
So we will have the opportunity for a couple of questions from the audience, but I'll start our panel by asking questions that I think everyone can benefit from hearing the answer to. And we're going to start with Ms. Janelle Merritt, our alum. Janelle, if you could please share with the audience how you feel that your Howard education prepared you for your current career.
First, I want to say thank you for having me. Howard University gave me the confidence to dream big and to execute. So in my career walk, it was necessary that I had an understanding of all facets of business. So my experience in the marketing department gave me exposure to all facets of business through my finance courses, accounting, sales, management, and marketing. Through my education, I was able to obtain phenomenal impacting internships and develop strong relationships with mentors from Fortune 500 companies that I maintain now. In addition to that, I would say that it's the coupling of my experiences on Howard's campus in terms of me being able to sharpen my leadership skills through my activities in Campus Pals, as Miss School of Business, as the chairwoman for Homecoming 1990, and through my service, through my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Today, I am the Chief Operating Officer of a multi-million-dollar technology firm that is headquartered here in Washington, D.C.
Thank you. So Janelle, you mentioned your involvement on campus. Caston, what have your experiences been, and what has your involvement on campus helped you to achieve since you've been a student here?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Some of the activities that I'm involved in on campus are student ambassadors. So those are your tour guides for today. We really work hard to put on this awesome program for you guys and everyone across campus. As well as that, I'm part of the Howard University Finance and Investment Club. So what we do, we have guest speakers come in from different Fortune 500 companies. Could be anyone from Northwestern Mutual, Alliance Bernstein, Bank of America. And in November, we do a trip to New York. So we go and meet with these companies at their headquarters. We take a trip to go see the New York Stock Exchange. We actually walk on the floor, see all the trading and everything that's going on. So Howard definitely gets you the exposure that you need to be successful, not only in college, but in the career that comes after.
Great. Simone, share with our audience what your campus involvement is.
So, hi everyone. Okay, so my list is quite extensive. I like to be the busy bee, so please don't be intimidated. I'm currently the Community Service Chair for the Howard University STEP team. I'm the Social Media Chair for the Caribbean Student Association. I'm a part of the Health Professions Society. I'm a Howard University Student Ambassador. I'm also part of Go Fund the Mecca, Howard University chapter of NCNW, and the Howard University chapter of the NAACP.
Excellent.
I like to do a lot.
Our students often have really, really incredible internship opportunities. Kajan, could you please tell us about some of the internships you've been a part of?
So a lot of my internships came also as being a part of on-campus activities. I'll talk about those later. But some internships I interned with Nike for 2 years. Also at MKTG, they're a big marketing firm and they do a lot of events through Nike, Red Bull, like Fiat, the car company. I interned with them. Interned with the NABC at the 2016 NCAA Final Four in Houston. They flew me down for an internship down there. This past summer, I interned at the DC headquarters for the American Advertising Federation. And it was pretty great. I was the only black intern. Actually, I would say I was the only intern. The other intern was the CFO's son. So it was like, I really was the only intern in the office. And Howard really prepared me. I did a really great job. Like so I had to write a press release for my first task. And like, it was this big merger that happened. And I wrote a press release, and they were just like appalled that I actually knew how to write a press release so well. Like the CEO came in my little intern office. He was like, "You're going places." I was like, "Oh man, holy shit." So being in the School of Communications, having professors that actually push you to like learn how to write really well, I owe it to Howard to like be successful because it really has blessed me with a lot of good gifts and tools. So, yeah.
Great, thank you. My next question is for Chizzy and for Shanice. As international students, please share with our audience what your experience has been in getting acclimated to being in the United States as well as being a student here.
Okay, so like I said, I'm an international student from Nigeria. Any Nigerians in the house? Woo! Okay, so coming here to the United States, to Howard specifically, I came here last year and the culture is definitely different, but here at Howard, because it's an HBCU, the difference wasn't so much for me. I was able to, adjust to the environment more easily. And as a freshman, going out to the career fair and saying, do you take freshmen? They're like, do you take international students? They're like, nah. So it was kind of, discouraging, but still, I'm a chemical engineering major, and I'm a member of the National Society of Black Engineers. And through them, I was actually able to get an internship over the summer, because as a freshman, getting an internship it's not so much a priority because everyone's looking for experience, but if you do get one, that's good. So I was really happy that I was able to get one with the National Society of Black Engineers over the summer, and it was a really great experience for me.
Thank you. Shanice?
Hello again. Okay, so I'm a freshman, so my experience started this August, and so far I've felt at home coming to Howard. Jamaica is the most represented country from international students here at Howard. So there's so many people that I know from home who are here, and we share that experience. We hang out together, we look out for each other, and that is valuable to me because I don't feel homesick. Someone just asked me, do you feel homesick? And I was like, everyone's here, it's fine. But one thing I find really valuable is being able to add a voice to the conversation when we're having discussions about world issues, and being able to bring a different perspective into the conversation and hearing other people's perspectives, because things that are normal to me or come naturally to me don't come naturally to everyone else around because they're from a different place. And just being able to share with people from Nigeria, from Arabia, I have a friend from Indonesia, and that's just really valuable to me because that's something I would never get at home. And being at an HBCU really helps me to just connect with Black history and certain things that I would never get anywhere else. So I really love this experience here at Howard.
Nicole, we know as an education major that you're going to go on to graduate school. How prepared do you feel for graduate school from the experiences that you've had in our School of Education?
I actually feel pretty prepared at the time for grad school. I just actually went to a grad school fair a couple weeks ago, and it was a little bit discouraging because they didn't have education majors. But like they said in the video, in the School of Education, it's a really close-knit community. You can really rely on your counselors. And some of the experience I had that I feel like prepares me for grad school is I taught my summer between my freshman and sophomore year at a community center in San Jose, California. And then this past summer, I just taught at a juvenile detention center in Laurel, Maryland with See Forever Foundation. And I'm lucky enough to be able to teach an Afro class there starting next Saturday. But it was something that I really saw was a need because all the students there were Black, all the faculty was Black, but they didn't have any African American, Afro, any whatever you want to call it. They had no Black studies. So being able to design curriculum for that and then say that I was the lead teacher for that is something that I feel like prepares me.
Excellent. Precious, can you please speak to the support that we provide our students through your office?
Great. The Office of Undergraduate Studies actually tries to do a cradle to job type of support for our undergraduate students. Across the 6 undergraduate schools and colleges, the entire enterprise, we know that a successful transition into school, so that first and second year, making sure that you're taking classes that will go towards any major, making sure that you are on track and you understand that getting into your classes, not necessarily right into your major, is probably the most successful way to complete 4 years. And so we try and make sure that we actually see and talk to every single freshman 2 or 3, 4 times a semester. And then as they become sophomores and they develop relationships with faculty, we slowly transition them onto their academic advisors. The Office of Undergraduate Studies also makes sure that after that initial transition, that you keep academic advising all the way through your experience, but that you start to prepare for all of the great internships that our students are talking about, that you understand that it's a part of being able to make the choice whether you go to grad school or onto a career afterwards. So undergraduate studies houses Office of Transition, it houses academic advising, it houses career services, and for those students who get to choose whether they do a career or grad school, there's also some of those students who may want to do things a little bit pie in the sky. The Fulbright Scholars Program, Truman Scholars, Marshall Scholars, we have a program that targets exceptional students to try and help prepare them with research programs, research activities, so that they are competitive for all of these great international opportunities that come after graduation. So undergraduate studies is about making sure that we're supporting them from the time they get in, hopefully until the time they exit on time and into careers and further graduate studies.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the audience? There's a microphone in the center aisle. We have time to take 2 questions.
My question is for Simone. So I'm also a hopeful bio and pre-med major, and So how do you manage to do that and then still be so involved in the school life?
So thank you for that question. So me personally, I like being active. And the thing here with Howard, all organizations intertwine, whether or not you guys do a program together or your missions is the same, to serve the Howard University community and the overall community. Now currently, with everything that I'm in, I'm also taking 20 credits. And I have my bio courses, my chemistry, my sociology, all my other pre-med requirements. So it's just, you have to remember what you're here for. You're here for an education, and you want to go to medical school. Medical school is much more intense than undergrad. But with the opportunities here provided to me at Howard University, I'm currently in a 3-year program at Columbia University that's intertwined with Mount Sinai.
Thank you. Next question, please.
This question is directed to you as well. I believe previously you said you were a political science minor. So how is being in DC and taking political science class help you gear to a potential career, maybe say politics or government or anything surrounding that that minor or major?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. So we have a lot of just like political figures, such as, for example, the fall of my freshman year, I was on the political staff of Liz Matory, and she was running for Congress. She initially ran as a Democrat, and then she switched her platform to Republican. So I decided to ease away from that campaign because that does not align with my political values, you know. But DC is just the playground for politics. We have so many of political science majors and minors interning at the White House, being a part of the White House HBCU initiative. Even some Howard University students were invited to South by Southlawn, hosted by President Obama, and a lot of Howard University students have met Michelle Obama, have interned for Congress, worked on the Hill. You have so many opportunities, and just you have to know how to seize the opportunity that's here for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This concludes our program in this building for now. At this point, I'm going to ask our royal court to please stand. They are going to escort you to the next building where we are hosting our HU Fair. At that time, you'll be able to talk to representatives from our schools, colleges, organizations, and support services. Thank you all very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the Blackburn Student Center.